Today I'm going to show you how I paint the pink armor on Emperor's Children. We start with a base coat of AK Wine Red. This is a nice purpley red. You're going to want to make sure you put 2, maybe 3 coats. Just make sure you get a solid base coat over your primer. Should look something like this. Then for our first layer, we're going to go with Citadel Pink Horror. There are 2 ways you can go about painting this. You can do a zenithal, that is spray from above, or you can follow the shapes of the model. Just make sure you leave that wine red in the shadows. Then our next paint is going to be Emperor's Children by Citadel. I mean, if you're going to paint Emperor's Children, this is kind of the perfect paint for it, right? Make sure you highlight all the top facing surfaces, making sure to leave that pink horse still showing through and not touching the shadows of that wine red. Speaking of shadows, we're going to use Sigvald Burgundy to reinforce those shadow areas. Or you can just add it to areas where you want a little more saturation, such as right here on the shoulder pad. But we aren't done with the burgundy just yet. We're going to use a very thin down mixture. I'm talking 10 parts medium to contrast. This is basically a glaze. We're going to apply it all over the model, making sure not to let it pool too heavily anywhere, making sure we get all in those crevices. Then we're going to move on to Squid Pink by Vallejo. And this is going to be very, very small proportions. Think the very tops of the shoulders or anywhere you want to draw attention to. This is for choosing focal points that you want to emphasize on the model. Finally, for edge highlights, we're going to use Fulgrim Pink, again appropriate, and just do tappy edge highlights to simulate a little bit of battle damage, a little bit of wear on this pink armor. And that's basically it for the pink armor. Make sure you hit all the trim with a black or your color of choice, and finish up with an ultra matte varnish, which should leave you with this. For full tutorials that aren't just shorts, make sure to check out the Hobby Collabs main channel.